Hey everybody, this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge here at Six Flags New England, and we're going to do a full park walkthrough. But the easiest way to do it is to go from the one end of the park all the way to the other. So we are here by the Skyflyer, Sky Screamer, and also Wicked Cyclone. So we're all the way here to the far left, and if you go out this way, that is the Blizzard River, which is the raft ride, and we're going to take you all the way through this park here. So when you look over this side here, the green track is Pandemonium, which is their spinning mouse. And right here on the far end there, that is Blizzard River. So as we're here at the far end of the park here, pretty much most parks are circles. This one is not a circle. It is a very long park. So we're on the far end all the way. When you come into the entrance, you're going to be all the way to the left. So there goes Pandemonium. And right in front of us, that is Flashback, which is the boomerang that's here. They used to have two, but Goliath is now gone. And of course, right here you got a Scrambler, traditional ride here. Pandemonium is flying around, isn't it? So of course we're at Six Flags New England, and when you say Six Flags, you got to have a Chop 6. So right by Flashback is Chop 6. Now if you look on the other side there, Pandemonium, that is the Looney Tunes movie town. And of course, we're going to be listening to some music because it is Six Flags. So we actually have a totally different video that's going to have everything to do with the Looney Tunes movie town here. But we're going to give you a quick little vision of it here. So here, this section is called the Wharf. And of course, you got Bay State Fries right there in front of Flashback, which has actually been to 3 other parks, so that boomerang's been around. You also have North Star Steak and Cheese Brew House, got soft serve, and you also got, of course, Bay State Fisheries, which has your fish and chips. So when we come over this way, there's the boomerang. So yet again, this section is called the Wharf. It's a very New England feel, so that's really kind of nice about it. So we're gonna, when you head up this way here, you got a balloon race, and you come to a fork in the road. Now, if you see that grassy spot right there, that's exactly where they used to have the Goliath inverted giant boomerang. So the station's still there, but everything else is kind of gone there. So when you look up this way, this takes you out to the smokehouse and to the western section. We're gonna head over here, we're gonna stay in the Wharf, and we're gonna show you this area here. So of course you got to have games, and here you got shipwreck shooters, and right here is the Looney Tune entrance. So the Looney Tune section is a lot smaller than most, but here is Busch Gardens. I'm sorry, not Busch Gardens, Budweiser, which was Busch Gardens. But now the one thing I do like is here, this is where Goliath used to be, and now they actually put a nice little fountain, so that's kind of nice. So there is your Looney Tune movie town entrance. And the white coaster there, that's Thunderbolt. That is one of the original rides here. And of course, they have more games blocking there. You've got Tri-Peaks Hoops and Anchors Away and a classic clock. So here they actually have soccer darts. And the ladder, of course. There goes the Thunderbolt. All right, so you're still in the Wharf. How can you tell? Well, you got Bob's Lobster Pound, live crabs and fresh fish. And of course, you've got the mini High Striker game, and you got Wharf characters. And you got a gift shop here, which is Steam Dragons, kind of steampunk theme. And Vintage Photography is already closed down. Now, here, this is the Crank Axle Canyon. So when we're over there by the balloon toss, the balloon race game, that's where this section ends. So we want to check this out real quick here. We won't go too far in here, but you got Houdini, you got the Smokehouse, you got Tomahawk, which is a great little ride there. Here, this is the other side of the main food court. So pretty much we are going back up to where the old entrance is there. But here's the airbrush, customized apparel. You got face painting henna. They actually have photo booths here too. So that is where Goliath was. kettle corn. Everybody wants kettle corn. So that's a kettle corn. And of course you got Coaster Creamery, which is a fantastic creamery place. I've been there. They have the bubble cones, and they got the bubble stuff that people love so much. Last Chance Outpost Store. So a lot of stuff is closed down right here because it's been a long day. That's the watering hole. Okay. So if you come up here, this is one of our favorite rides. But yet again, the theming of this section is fantastic with the water wheel. But right up here is the old Opera House. Now, there's a few things up here. One of the main things that's up here is actually one of the best flat rides we've ever dealt with. So this is Houdini. So if you're familiar with the Houdini ride over at Great Adventure, this is the same ride. It is one of our favorite flat rides, but of course right now it's not open. And then right here you actually have the Tomahawk, which is a small pendulum ride that spins. And right over here you actually have Rock and Rodeo, which has some really neat things there. But that is this whole section. So the highlight here is Houdini, but of course Houdini is closed, so that's always quite a bummer. Now we're going to head back through because it is kind of a dead end. But when we come over here, we're going to head down here. So the history of this park is it used to be called Riverside because it really much is on the riverside. And there in the distance you can actually see Thunderbolt, which is the traditional older wooden coaster again. Now if you head this way, it takes you over to the Smokehouse and a couple stores. Smokehouse is fantastic food, highly recommend it. There's also a Goodies Cafe they put there. So now we're heading back to the main walkway here. It is amazing that there used to be a giant boomerang right there and it's completely cleared out, which yet again, not a big loss. It was a really brutal ride, but it just makes you wonder what they're going to put here eventually. All right, so we are entering back to the main section there, which basically dumps you out by the wharf. So if you're looking at where you're at, you're basically right there. See Steaming Dragons gift shop, restroom, and then of course there's Coaster Candy and lollipops and toys. So come over here. This is Heritage House Inn, which is right by the main entrance and exit. If you look over on this side here, you've actually got the Riverboat Cafe, which is pretty much the main dining area. As soon as you come in, they got a giant dining area here. Now we're about halfway through the park here, and we are actually at the main furrow through here. So you got the Looney Tunes Emporium, and when you look down this way, that's how you actually get the Thunderbolt. And there is the drop tower, Scream they call it. So this is what takes you, we're going to finish up here. This is going to take you back to the entrance. Of course you got Bugs Bunny and Penelope Pig. So here is the Six Flags Emporium, which is just a fantastic store there if you need anything Six Flags. So now we're coming to yet again another gift shop. Now this is kind of like the main street here. So when you come over here, you got Center Stage, which takes you into Kidtopia, which is another kid section. And right over here is the DC Universe section. And we're going to head down to the DC Universe section here. But that is the Kidzopolis section there, Center Stage. And of course here you actually got a burrito place, and you also have a saloon. And of course Primo Pizza seems to be everywhere. So this is Scream. And at Looney Tunes, the back end of the store. Right there's Scream. Well, let's go through. Actually, let's watch Scream take off here. Here they go. And they actually did Scream, so it's an appropriate name. So this is the DC Universe. So this There's two different DC sections, and this one is the one that has the marquee ride, which is basically Superman the ride. You look over here, you see all the track from Superman. There's just a lot of track at Superman. So you can either take the path there that basically gives you strollers, or you can take the stairs like we are. But Superman really dominates this whole section here, and it actually dives under the staircase, which is really neat. And right in front of us is Supergirl Skyflyer, which basically is a new version of the Enterprise that a lot of amusement parks had. Now when you come on into the section here, when you come from this entrance, you're greeted by the Man of Steel, of course Superman. Of course there's a snack place that's not open currently, but there he is, Superman, right next to Supergirl's. And there goes the Superman the ride, which is considered one of the best steel coasters out there. Goes and then it dives underneath the stairs that we just came from. There's actually some theming right there too. You actually have the Daily Planet, which is the newspaper. All right, so you're coming through here. There is the 208-foot lift hill, and yet again another Dippin' Dots. But the highlight restaurant in this section is actually that blue building right there, which is Johnny Rockets, where you can get milkshakes in the whole 9 yards. But here's the entrance to Superman the Ride. And the Daily Planet newsstand, which of course is the gift shop for Superman the Ride. Here's the entrance of Johnny Rockets. And if you come through here, you actually get to Cyborg Hyperdrive, which is an indoor flat ride attraction. So it's, some people love it, some people hate it. It's not my cup of tea, but yet again, a lot of people like it. So this is how big Johnny Rockets is. It takes up almost a whole section here. Now when you come back here, there is a couple more attractions, and then we're going to be going up the stairs to take you into the Gotham City. So this is DC Universe, but then you also have Gotham City section. This is Gotham City Gauntlet, Escape from Arkham Asylum, which is a basic mouse in the background there, but it has one of the longest names that I have ever heard. But it is a mouse with cardboard cutouts, which I actually don't see the cardboard. Oh yeah, there's some of the cardboard cutouts. And you come over here, here goes Superman. Dropping down quick. And we're going here to a family ride, which is actually Catwoman's Whip, which is another ride kind of like Harley Quinn over at Great Adventure. Now there's a Wonder Woman statue that we missed back there, but of course before you go up the stairs, you got to see the Dark Knight. So of course we have Batman. So to show you this real quick here, this is actually the light green guy here is the Catwoman's Whip. And the one right there is actually Riddler's Revenge, and the red one is Superman. So we're going to come up these stairs right now. So this is going to take you up to the Gotham City section, and actually right in the middle of Kidtopia. We mentioned Kidtopia earlier, and here is Kidtopia. Some crazy cars. So now we're going to go back to right in front of the DC Universe section. But here is a fresh cafe. So you get some healthier things. Crazy cars are really brightly colored, kind of nice. And there is Gotham City Gauntlet, so you can actually see it pretty good here. The trains are themed pretty nice, so I give them that. This is the Zoom Jets. So here's the main entrance to the Kidtopia section. The center stage. So to give you a perspective, right there's the drop tower screen that we just saw. And of course here's a little kid show. I guess it's called center stage for a reason. So we talked about this earlier. This is going back towards the main front. So right there's the Looney Tunes store for reference. And here's the Blue Moon Saloon. And of course the burrito place. There's a couple of these burrito places. So now we're back onto the main drag. And where the main drag takes you is a lot of games. So this whole Rockville section is mostly games and midways. And as you can tell, there's a lot of games. We're not joking. And over here you got boneless wings in the City Hall, Rockville City Hall. So this is like old time America here. If you go down here, they used to have a Larson loop called Fireball. That's gone now. But they have a filling station, some seating back here, lockers, games. Look, an old TV appliance store is actually an arcade. So if you like midway games, this reminds me of Maurice Piers. You got a lot to choose from here. And this is the Rockville Theater. So that is actually a theater, so during the summer they have shows. Now this is the diner. So the diner is actually really cool. Seems like every park has it, and this one is kind of neat because it's Fast Eddie's Diner. But there you can get traditional diner fare. So there's the other entrance by the Kid Freeze for Kidzopolis. So we're still in the Rockville area, that's the drive-through. But as we get near the end here, we're going to come into the Gotham City section. So the drive-in. And right here you got teacups. And of course here you actually got more games. This has the most games of any games I've ever seen. But in that tent is the teacups. And right there you got the candy cabin. So now right behind the candy cabin is Joker. So we are entering the Gotham City section. And this is the last section we have to hit here, besides the main drag. And now the Joker's very impressive, of course. Right there is the Joker. But right there is Harley Quinn, which is a giant pendulum ride. Right by more characterists, and of course the Dippin' Dots. So here goes the Joker, which is a 4D spinner that a lot of Six Flags parks have, and actually it's a much bigger one than the one at King's Dominion, Tambili. Here we go. So you would think you'd be able to get into the Joker right here. There goes the Joker. Now right there, the swinger in the background there, right there, is actually Gotham City Crime Wave. Good name. Now of course you're in Boston, or near Boston, so of course you got a Sam Adams section there. And then if you need a snack, of course right here you got Villain Snacks. And there is the Harley Quinn Spinsanity. One of the bigger ones I've ever seen. But there is Villain Snacks. Now that green track you see there is a SLC called Riddler's Revenge. And the entrance is right here. And I can honestly say it's probably the best SLC I've ever been on. Which isn't saying much, but it is true. Now Nightwing is right there. So Nightwing is not working today, but it's basically the giant hamster ball. Oh, look, here comes Riddler's Revenge going up there. So we'll take a second here and watch Riddler's go up. Now, like I said, they actually have really good restraints on this one. So this one was actually probably one of the best I've ever been on. And might be a top 150, 200 ride, which is saying a lot for an SLC, considering most of the SLCs are our least favorite. But here it comes. And there goes Superman right behind it. There you go. And that's Riddler's Revenge. And you look over here, you're looking for a fancy hot dog? Here you go, Wheeler's Wild Hot Dogs. So as we come around here, you see that ride in the foreground there. That is actually Batman the Dark Knight, which is a B&M floorless coaster. And it's one of the shorter ones, but it's actually quite fun. And of course, there, one last time with Riddler's Revenge. You got a ladder game. And here you got a pizzeria that's closed because it is near the end of the day. But more games. But of course, if you look at this Dark Knight, it is everywhere. So you got another hothead burritos, which must be a popular thing out here in New England. Did we mention there's another Dippin' Dots? Yes, there is. And of course, right there goes the Joker. So here's the Gotham City crime wave. Great sign, by the way. One of the best signs we've seen. It's a traditional flying trapeze. Here is the entrance to the Dark Knight. And here's the entrance to the Joker. So even though you see the Joker when you first come in, it's quite a light walk there. So here is Funhouse Gifts. And here we are at the end, which takes you to Hurricane Harbor. So, turn around here. This is a walking tour of Six Flags New England. Hope you enjoyed it.